My name is Lily. I'd been dating with my husband Michael since we were in high school. We got married right after graduating from college. Michael is intelligent and landed a job at a renowned company after graduating from an Ivy League university. He's tall, handsome, and I've always been proud to call him mine. People would often tell me, "You're so lucky, Lily." But being together for so many years since high school, I began to wonder if love could fade. Michael's behavior had noticeably changed recently. Whenever I tried to strike a conversation, he would be absorbed in his phone, ignoring my words, and he started coming home from work increasingly late. Even on his days off, he would often leave home, claiming he had leftover work. I had a bad feeling about all of these. The confirmation of my suspicions came when I went out for lunch with a friend on one of my off days. That day, as usual, Michael left the house early in the morning, saying he hadn't finished his work and left me alone. I complained about Michael's recent behavior to my friend, and she reassured me saying, "I'm sure Michael is just busy with work." While we were having lunch at a trendy cafe terrace, my friend suddenly exclaimed, "Oh, isn't that Michael over there?" Following my friend's gaze, I saw Michael indeed. He was supposed to be at work, but there he was. He looked like he was waiting for someone, glancing around nervously. This place was nowhere near his workplace. As I watched him with a sense of unease stirring within me, a woman rushed over and hugged Michael without any hesitation. Unaware that they were being observed, the two of them shared a passionate embrace, even going as far as to kiss, with no regard for the people around them. Michael was having an affair. The shock of that revelation was overwhelming, but what gave me an even bigger headache was the fact that I knew the woman he was with. I couldn't immediately respond when my friend asked me, with my face put down on the table, "Are you okay?" My friend, who had attended the same high school, probably had realized who Michael's affair partner was too. The woman who embraced Michael was my younger sister. It's Sophia. Sophia was always a selfish child. She would always snatch my toys, and when I got angry, she would cry and lie, "Lily's bullying me." I never understood why she was so twisted, but Sophia always picked on me in various ways. One of the reasons why I married Michael right after graduating from college was because I didn't want to live with Sophia anymore. I can't believe that Sophia was having an affair with Michael. Feeling shocked and hurt, I was comforted by my friend and made my way back home. My friend had been very worried about me, but I reassured her, saying, "I'm fine. I'm going to divorce Michael anyway." And then we parted ways. Until Michael returned home, I spent my time in our house, curled up on the sofa, without turning on any lights. I couldn't clearly tell if the tumult of emotions inside my chest was sadness, regret, or perhaps anger. Michael came home late at night without even an "I'm home" greeting when he entered. When I stood up abruptly in the darkness, Michael grimaced, saying, "Whoa, you scared me. Don't do that." "Michael." "What now? I'm tired from work. I'm going to take a shower and go to bed." "I saw you today in the afternoon. You were hugging and kissing Sophia, weren't you?" Telling Michael this with a voice so low I doubted it was my own, Michael looked surprised at first, but soon laughed scornfully at me. "Ha ha, the cat's out of the bag, huh? Yes, I've been cheating on you with Sophia. Sophia is way cuter than you, Lily. I just couldn't help myself. I've grown tired of you." Stunned for a moment at Michael's nonchalant admission, I snapped and threw a cushion from the sofa at him. "What the hell are you doing?" Michael roared, and I yelled back at him. Why are you openly admitting to cheating? You could at least lie about it. And why, out of all people, is it Sophia? Seeing Michael's attitude, showing no intention of hiding his infidelity, I felt utterly wretched. When I started sobbing and yelling, Michael grimaced in annoyance and said, "You're so annoying. It's too late now. I've been seeing Sophia since we first entered college. Since you never noticed, Sophia and I laughed about how oblivious you were, Lily." Then why did you marry me?
Because Sophia said she had debts. I love Sophia, but I thought I couldn't marry someone with debts, so I settled for you, Lily.
Loving her, settling for me, how much more do you plan to ridicule me?
This is the last time, Lily. Let's get a divorce. Sophia said she's finally paid off her debts, so I'm going to marry her.
To Michael, speaking as if it was nothing, I screamed, "Call Sophia right now!" I couldn't think of forgiving either Sophia or Michael. A feeling of vengeance blazed like a flame inside my chest. Michael said,
"Sophia must be sleeping by now,"
and showed concern for Sophia, so I slapped his cheek. After all that he had done, I thought at least one slap was permissible.
"What are you doing?"
Ignoring Michael's anger, I called my parents' house. Instead of Sophia, my mother answered the phone. "What's wrong, Lily? It's late." I explained the situation to my surprised mother through my tears, and she said she would bring Sophia over right away. While waiting for Sophia and my mother to arrive, Michael showed me a signed divorce paper.
"I always prepared to divorce you if I felt like it,"
boasted Michael, and I shouted back, "Do you think I can bear to be with someone like you?" The doorbell rang, and when I went to the hall, my always calm mother stood quietly, while Sophia had a big smile on her face. "Sis, you finally noticed Michael in me, huh? I thought you'd never notice and grow old without knowing." I felt a chill run down my spine at the sight of Sophia, who had stolen my husband, grinning at me. My mother sat next to me when she came into the house, and Sophia naturally sat next to Michael, leaning against his shoulder. In disbelief at the scene unfolding, I asked Sophia, "Is it true you two have been seeing each other since college?" Sophia admitted with a smile, "Yes. Michael is cool and smart, so I've always been envious of you. I didn't think a wonderful man like Michael would suit an ordinary woman like you." "Don't act like it's only natural after stealing my husband. I will never forgive you two. Never in my life." Sophia clung to Michael and said, "You're scary," when I pronounced it like a curse. Feeling frustrated to the brink of losing control, I shouted at my mother next to me, "What do you think of this, Mom?" Then my mother said something shocking. "It's not a big deal. Michael should just remarry tomorrow." "What?" I was left dumbfounded. Ignoring my astonishment, my mother continued, "It's kind of Michael to marry a girl like Sophia. However, I won't forgive you for causing Lily distress."
"I understand."
With my father having passed away, my last bastion was my mother alone. I was taken aback that even my mother had casually accepted the remarriage, and it seems Michael was surprised too. "I have only one condition," my mother told Michael and Sophia. "I cannot forgive Sophia for hurting Lily. I will quit being your mother, so don't accept any help from me. Please remarry with that understanding." The two agreed with a smile. "Then, for Lily's sake, leave quickly," she said, chasing them out. I asked my mother in a trembling voice, "Why did you say it was all right with them?" "Well, those two." I laughed involuntarily when I heard the reason why my mother readily accepted their marriage. I wanted revenge, but there was no doubt that marriage would be the greatest revenge for those two. The married life of Michael and Sophia will definitely be a hardship. Knowing this, I felt a bit brighter. Several months had passed since then. I was heartbroken at first, but I quickly got my energy back. I began to eagerly anticipate when Michael would notice the truth that Sophia was hiding. Though it was heartbreaking to have been cheated on, I now find myself appalled at the fact that I was married to such an unethical man. Then, the day I had been waiting for arrived. The day Michael realized Sophia's lies. This became clear when Michael barged into my home.
Hey, help me!
In the middle of the night, he was frantically ringing my doorbell, crying out for help. When I asked through the door, "What's going on?" Michael exclaimed through his tears,
"Sophia is chasing me with a knife!"
It must have been truly horrifying as Michael, sobbing, relayed the situation. He had realized the lie Sophia was telling just a few days before. Yes, Sophia's debt repayment was nowhere near completion. Sophia, who adores dressing up, would impulsively buy any clothing or accessories she wanted, even if it meant going into debt. Yet, Sophia hated working and was always out having fun, so her mother had been paying off all Sophia's debts until she married. After marrying Sophia and realizing this truth after some time, Michael was furious at being lied to. At first, Sophia cried and apologized, but it seems Michael vented his pent-up frustrations at her. Sophia was incapable of doing any housework, and the house was a complete mess. The house was filled with the things Sophia bought, and when Michael complained about Sophia spending all of his money, Sophia lashed out and brandished a knife. While listening to Michael's cries through the door, I calmly called the police. Of course, I reported that my ex-husband was causing a commotion at my doorstep, and it was frightening. Not to help, knife threatened Michael. When the police promptly arrived and restrained Michael, he screamed,
"No, you've got it wrong. I'm being chased by Sophia with a knife."
Unaware of the commotion, Sophia arrived, a knife in her hand. She broke into the scene in her worst timing, and she panicked. "Wait, what's happening?" Michael and Sophia were taken away in separate police cars. "I told you, those two could never be happy," my mother later said. "That's why I said it's a good thing." Sometime after, when I visited my parents' house and told them about the incident, my mother smiled and said that. Just as my mother had predicted, Michael and Sophia were unable to lead a peaceful life and continued to have a major row even after being released by the police. Michael, who declared,
"I will definitely get a divorce,"
and Sophia, who was after Michael's money and insisted, "I will definitely not get a divorce." Their opposing views clashed head-on, and the loud arguments soon had them back under police care. "My goodness, they're always causing trouble for the police," my mother sighed. After that, I led a peaceful life, and a few months after the incident, my mother informed me Sophia got a divorce. Sophia's shopping addiction did not break, and it seemed she had spent most of Michael's money by the time of their divorce. Sophia naturally returned to her parents' house, but my mother reportedly kicked her out, saying, "We're no longer family. You're a stranger now." Sophia has lost her place to stay, so now she is reluctantly working to pay off her debts. I received a call from Michael. While answering Michael's call, thinking to myself, "Oh, I forgot to block his number," he started trying to worry about my mood with a honeyed voice.
"Lily, I didn't realize who really mattered to me. I think I continued dating you because my true feelings were always for you. I'll try my best to get your forgiveness, so please, be with me again."
No, that's creepy. I realized you saw nothing when you cheated on me with Sophia, and I don't need you to tell me something I already know. I said just that with a cold voice, hung up, and then blocked his number. I thought this would be the last time to talk with Michael, but the next morning, as I left home from work, I was shocked to find him crouched outside my apartment.
Lily!
As soon as he spotted me, Michael, whose eyes lit up like a puppy's, once looked handsome to me, but now he seemed as repugnant as filth. I ignored him and started to walk away, but Michael started to follow me, saying,
"I'll change my ways,"
and
"I'll do anything to be forgiven."
To that, I only gave him one answer. "I told you, didn't I? I'll never forgive you." Looking at Michael's stunned expression, I thought to myself, why does this idiot think he can be forgiven? And sighed deeply. If you follow me again, I'll have to call the police. If you don't like that, never enter my sight again. The fact that Michael had had a run-in with the police because of Sophia had become the talk of his workplace, and I knew it was making him uncomfortable. Michael had been on the career fast track, but now he is off the track because of Sophia. If he got into trouble with the police again, there's no doubt that he wouldn't be able to stay at his job anymore. Perhaps he understands it, so he hung his head when he heard the word police and stopped following me. Since that day, I haven't seen Michael. After a disastrous marriage, I spent several years thinking, I don't want to fall in love again. Thanks to my dedication to my job, I climbed to the top position among the women in my company. Although I thought I was too busy enjoying my work to think about love, a younger colleague confessed his feelings for me. Despite rejecting him several times, he persisted, saying,
"I'll definitely make you happy."
So I started dating him. Now we live together. The man who appeared in my life, which I knew nothing about beyond Michael, is very kind. And when he found out about my past, he promised,
"I will never betray you."
I'm still scared of getting married, but I hope that someday I can take that step with him.